Hello, hi everyone. So uh, we have a new user here. Singpo is here. So Singpo, yeah, we'll try to understand how to fix task pricing, and we'll go through the basic demonstration how you can set up task pricing and how you can set up agent earning as well. So this is for all of our guests here right now. I welcome all of you, and so we'll start probably in a couple of minutes when we have more viewers on the call. So a basic request to all of you while we are continuing with the demo, I would request you to write all your queries or all your suggestions in the chat box, and from there we can pick it up one by one. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to take out your precious time and join this session of ours. We'll try to make it as much knowledgeful as possible from our end, and uh, so I'll define the content of this session, and we'll go through the structure and the layout of the session. So first of all, we'll go through the incentive and agent wallet part, and so that will be around 20-25 minutes, and post that we'll have a Q&A of 15 to 20 minutes. So in any case, if you find any queries, please do let us know in the chat box, and we'll get back to your queries one by one in the Q&A session. So probably I'm going to be sharing my screen right now, so that we can go over like the major highlights of the session, and we can cover up how to cache them on a real live dashboard, and like what normal difficulties one can face, and how to solve them through. So sharing my screen through. So I hope my screen is visible to all of you. I'm just going to start here. So this webinar that we are conducting is majorly around our agents, because those are the real backbones of the business that we are running or our clients are running. And we really feel that the power or the motivation that we can provide to the agents, the more successful the business can be. And it's just minor things that we have to take care, and the business can grow very successfully. So just going on to the content that is here. So first of all, we'll be discussing how to set token pricing and agent earning. After that, we'll be seeing how token agent can play its part and help your business grow. Uh, Along with it, we have a new feature, agent incentive, which is overly, what you can say, over and above income for the agent, so that it can drive him forward. Uh, so just going on to the first part, that is token pricing and agent earning. So what's this feature about? Let's say, so any order or any task, any appointment that you are creating through token, so you'll be probably charging your end consumer some amount of money. And for doing the task, or let's say it's a food delivery order. So Basically, you are charging your client or your end consumer for the food plus the delivery charges. And probably you are paying the delivery charges to your agent. So that is an agent earning. So it's a major breakthrough for this one. And we'll go through on a live dashboard how we can see uh, token agent task pricing and agent earning. So probably on my screen, you can see here that there's an agent application open on the right side, and there's a token dashboard. So this is a very fresh dashboard. I just signed up on it. I just added one more agent around my name, and I just logged in from here. So I'll show you like how you can activate. First of all, you need to activate task pricing and agent earning. It's into our one of our extensions. So while this page loads up, and I'll give a quick overview of task pricing and agent earning. So task pricing is usually based on, let's say, the price of the item that you're selling, and probably some parameter based on distance and time, and then you can multiply them all. So you can include as many parameters as possible. So let me search it through. Pardon my mistake. So here it is, task pricing and agent earning. I'll go activate it. So this is simple, it's app activated. I'll go to the dashboard from here. So while it loads up, our task pricing and agent earning rules, whatever you define, are based on a template. So there is a bit of confusion when it happens. So few of our clients, we have heard it from that they're sending all the data still the agent task pricing, or they don't know how to set up the pricing in the earning module. So probably to cover that up, maybe you can send a static data in template. So because once a template is in, we can calculate the pricing and earning on the token backend. So while it loads up, I go to an already loaded screen. I'll go to settings. Once I go to the template, so here I've defined a template just for this purpose so that I can show you how task pricing can be set up. If I go on to edit the template, you see there is a sample field that I've shown here. Now, if you see the task pricing and agent earning is not activated yet because this is the last window that we had opened before activating the extension. So probably it will be active in this window that we have. So I'll probably refresh it. Pardon my internet connection. So talking more about task pricing in agent earning when we are trying to set up rules. Now they can be, every business has different parameters through which they evaluate like how much the cost of a order is, or how much the end consumer should pay so that they can break even their business and probably make a profit out of it. So for example, in food delivery, it's probably directly based on distance and time, but it can be based on geofences. For example, let's say my customers in zone A, I want to charge them differently from my customers in zone B. So I can probably differentiate my customers on the basis of zones that they are in. And there's also a tag based thing that you can carry on. Uh, I'll just reload it once. Sorry, my internet connection just gave up. So meanwhile it loads up, we can go back to the slide. So here I've written, let's say, the steps that you can achieve, steps to achieve for activating that particular template. Once you go on to edit the template, it will show up that task pricing agent, and it will show, and then it will show that you can add a rule. So once this loads up, I can probably show it to you. Meanwhile, we can look at our other extensions that we are going to be covering in this session. I'll give you a brief overview of what that extensions will be. So that will be in your continuation part with the task pricing and agent earning, because usually agent wallet is one ledger which actually collects all the data, that how much the agent might have collected as a cash figure with him and how much his real earnings will be. So here, if I search for an agent wallet, so it's a combined extension for agent wallet and agent incentive. Once I go and try to activate it, it'll show me a couple of options which I can configure. So here, what it means, we'll go through each option, like what they actually means and what they will do into the application. In the application part as well, I'll show you like how you can see the agent earning module probably once I activate it. Uh, so in the enable pricing, so pricing is basically your agent wallet can capture how much how much your customer has paid for that particular task. So we'll try to enable it. Earning is for basically what the agent has earned, and it will go into the credit section so that he has an idea how much earning he's making, and so that he can also stay motivated that any job that he's doing, he's earning money. I'll activate it. And then there's the incentive piece. So probably you would want your agents to be doubly motivated to do any work, any extra work that there is. And probably the best way to achieve it is to reward them with incentives of, let's say, achieving extra goals. So I'll also show you like how you can set these goals, and probably you can set it up on different teams for a different period. So you can set it up weekly, monthly, daily. So there are a lot of options down there for that. Now, these are interesting options that we have. So this is debit from wallet. Now, while we design our features, we always uh, utilize that any business can have different what do you say and different perceptions of any feature. So this debit from wallet, if I activate it, what it will do it. Uh, for example, my agent has a task of, let's say, $1,000 to deliver, and I have given, let's say, in some businesses, the agent is actually giving out the money to the end consumer, let's say, for say. And so it will be helpful in those cases that once the agent is giving out the money, it directly gets deducted from his wallet. That he had $5,000, let's say, amount of cash, 1,000 gets delivered to, let's say, customer one. Now he has $4,000. So this all integration is there. Now there's a threshold value as well. So you can probably play around, let's say, the difference between the pricing and the earning part. You can probably restrict your agent that when this difference value achieves, let's say, 2,500 rupees or $2,500, then I don't want my agent to carry extra tasks, because he has already a lot of difference between his what he actually is carrying into his wallet and what he is actually earning. So I do not want him to carry so much cash, because the situation can be different in different countries, and they can be different things. So this threshold value, if I can enter, let's say, 1,000, so my particular agent, if his threshold value increases above 1,000, he won't get a task, and I can use those different threshold. Once I submit it, so this configuration set, let's say I'll try to go through the dashboard again. Let me load it up again. So probably I think we have a overview of what the features are and how they can help into your business part. Now, just we want to see how much easy is the application while you are setting up those processes for your agents to make their life easier. And probably you don't need to carry a register to note down each of your agent's tasks or orders that they are doing or daily activities they are doing. It's pretty much automated. So we can also, meanwhile, go through the steps that we have created in this PPT. Uh, so whatever that we are showing uh, through our video here, through our webinar, it's all listed down in this VVD, and we'll share this link after our call. Mm, there's probably internet issue. Now, while we wait for the features, let's say the agent wallet. Now, the agent wallet is actually the wholesome of the transaction. It's basically a transaction ledger, and it will also include agent incentives. So, agent wallet at any time keeps the admin or the manager, let's say a store manager, updated, as well as it will keep updated the agent of his earnings that he's earning rightfully, because sometimes there are conflicts, and usually it doesn't go the right way when there are conflicts, when there's no base point to receive all these problems, all these issues. So probably this, it will load up right now. So I think meanwhile I can probably pick up one or two Q and A's, and once it's loaded, I can bring this back so that we can save all of your precious time here. So if there are any right now, if there are any queries from your side or any suggestions, we are good to go, and we can probably have a look at that. So we got an interesting question from Antesi, and he asked that can agents see their earning in real time on the Tookan app, or is it only visible on the dashboard? So both things are possible. Agent can see their earnings in real time on the Tookan application, as well as it's visible to the admin or the manager on the dashboard. So probably once the dashboard loads up, I'll probably show it to you in both the platforms that it is possible to do it, and it's pretty easy to do that. So I think quick fixes around that question is like you have to set an agent earning rules from the templates, and once you have said that, let's say you have defined a base fare and you have defined a distance fare which is applicable when the base distance is completed, and then while creating the task, you attach that particular template where the rule is set. So you see there's a proper linking of the task with the template and the template with the rules that are there. So once that is set up, you can probably see the earnings in real time on the Tookan app. Okay, we got a next question from Vishnu. Thank you, Vishnu. Uh, Setting up incentives for agents and how to download weekly earning reports of agents, how to download tips of previous orders in Excel sheet. Uh, so there are probably three questions in this one. Thank you, Vishnu, for asking this. So setting up incentives, I'll probably able to do that once my dashboard loads up. It's probably because of my poor connection here. We're facing an issue in the internet connectivity. So I'll show that part to you. It's fairly easy, and you can also try it out yourself as well. Also, now how to download weekly earning reports of agents. So one thing that you can do is you can look out at the analytics part. We already have this reports. And also, if you need any further reports, like any further granularity of data, we can probably make custom reports out for you. Uh, so this weekly earning reports is the default, which is visible in the agent application, and from the dashboard, it's visible once you bulk export the task that you have created. And the third one is how to download tips of previous orders in Excel sheet. So this is probably the same question. You have to download the bulk CSV. I'll probably show that on the dashboard. So it's once you're on the list view, you can go to the uh, right top, and then there's a option export task. So if anyhow export tasks are less than 150, you can download the CSV from then and there. Otherwise, it will be mailed for you, keeping view that the data increases once the task increases. So you can download tips from that way. So Vishwesh have asked this question that if payment is through online, it does not reflect on agent earning. So Vishwesh, so it is also configurable. Let's say it depends on where the order is being made right now. So there's a key that we send usually. It's let's say online underscore payment. I'll send you the exact detail around it. But if you send it zero or one, then it behaves like if you send it zero, it won't add up into your agent. Sorry, it won't add up into your agent wallet. Otherwise, it will. But I think if the payment is through online, it does not reflect on agent earning. It will reflect on agent earning if the rule is set up per- perfectly right. So I think I got the case that for the online payments, it doesn't reflect on the wallet by default. So the basis around that money, while it was connected, while it was received online, it was received probably, let's say, by a merchant or by an admin. So an agent usually doesn't get the handover on that process that he actually gets the money. It's the admin which is getting that money. So that's why we didn't go forward with reflecting it in the agent wallet, but definitely it will reflect in the agent earning. And as has asked another question, we set pricing in yellow. Does that send to token? Uh, so yellow, I've discovered it that they already have the pricing template. Like they by default set up the template. So any pricing that you define in yellow regarding the delivery charges, it will send the delivery charge data to Tookan. So the Tookan platform will be aware like how much delivery charge have you taken forward or gone forward with it from the yellow part. So yes, I think as much I understand the question, if you set a pricing in yellow, uh, it's sensitive token, but we have to go into more details around it, like how, if there's still some corner case, we can probably solution it out. How to download the list of tips earned by each agent. So Vishnu, right now, the tips are actually associated with the task, and this actually is a really great feedback for me going forward. Like I'll really want to solution on this where we can give you the option how to download the list of tests by each agent. So probably for that thing, we had designed this agent wallet where all the data actually captures at a single place, and it will be it will be kept as a ledger. So please correct me if I'm wrong or if I didn't get your question. So we've got a question again. Currently, well, probably for that, in the template section, you have to define an earning rule. So that earning rule will be based on, let's say, it can be based on the distance and time parameters that actually the delivery cost is comprised of, or it can be another parameter as well. Like you can select fields from the template that you have defined, but you have to make sure that you are sending the data into those templates. Or the data is being set. Let's say from yellow side also, the data is also being set. So, guys,
Hi.
let me get a quick introduction. So we have Surbi Magan, who is here. She is the business head of Tookan, and she manages the end-to-end operations. So welcome, Surbi. So much. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Hi, Arun. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the patience. I think Arun's having some connectivity issues. I think he can try and sort his connectivity, and then we can take you through a live demo. We were hoping to show you how exactly the agent earning and the agent incentive works. And while Arun fixes his system, if there are any questions that we can address, we'd be happy to take you through those. Um, Abby, I'll take that question. Actually, agent fare is calculated based on actual distance. It is not calculated based on aerial distance. The allocation of an agent. So there are two separate things. See, when the allocation of an agent works, we have to identify very, very quickly which particular agents fit. Let's assume you're using a batch-wise allocation logic. So in that case, we use the aerial distance to identify what are the different, how many agents will fit into a particular geofence so that we can send them notifications about a job. The reason why we use aerial distance there is if we start using actual road distance for that specific calculation, the cost for Google APIs or the cost of the calculation will be very, very high. So assuming that you have tens of agents on your for a particular job who fall in a particular geofence, for each of those agents, then I will have to hit Google to get their exact ETA on the road, and if based on that I then identify the people that I want to send the notifications out to, it becomes very, very expensive for every single job. So in that case, for the allocation logic, we use aerial distance, but for the calculation of the fare, we use road distance. That's why in some cases you see discrepancy. Now, if there is on our platform, distance fare is calculated on two parameters. You can either have fare based on actual distance between point A and point B, that is calculated even before the driver starts the job. The second option is that you want to calculate it on the actual distance the driver traveled. Both the options are available and they are configurable from the system. You can decide that you want to charge your customer or pay your driver based on the distance between point A and point B, or you can decide to charge your customer and pay your driver based on the actual road and the route taken by the driver themselves. If you're having any issues, we'll be happy to sort those, but that shouldn't be a problem. I've got another question from Heritage ZA. Please introduce agent earning as percentage of service price and functionality to tip after service. Agent earning can be set up. I get where you're coming from. So you're trying to say that the agent earning should be based on the service price, but normally agent earnings have got nothing to do with the actual value of the item, because agent earnings depend on other factors like what is the distance traveled, what is the time taken. Typically, the reason why we don't have this model is, and it's not very commonly used across different businesses either, is that, for example, your service basket is $500. If you give a 3% to a particular agent, that is a lot of money. Are you looking to give that kind of money to your agent? Typically, the agent earning or the agent remuneration depends on the actual effort or work done. So if your bucket items has valuable goods, then not many businesses give a percentage of the service value for as agent earning. Agent earnings are dependent on other factors. That's the reason why we haven't set this up as a commission system. It's typically on the other factors that we calculate the agent earning. But yeah, you've given your feedback. We'll take into consideration your feedback and we'll look if we can incorporate something on those lines. Again, Abby, if your fare is not calculating for the pickup task, it's only calculating for the delivery task, then again, that's configurable from the dashboard. I think we need to connect you with an account manager and they'll be able to help you with the setting of your, and we'll also probably do a video on that, how to set up your task pricing for pickup as well as for delivery. I'll take that feedback. We'll create a video and share that across with you as well. It is possible to have, you can have a pricing for only pickup, you can have it only for delivery, you can have it for both. Um, price fixed on Tookan task pricing is not being reflected in my yellow. This will have to be looked at an account level. If you can share the details with us on our help desk page, you can raise a ticket and we can review why that's not happening in your specific account and come back to you. So we have a help desk page and we've incorporated a ticketing system whereby you can go on your dashboards through the help desk chat, you can generate a ticket, and within 24-hour period, we'll try and come back to you and resolve the problems for you. Currently not, Abby. We can't have separate thresholds for cash on delivery and online payment separately. It's one threshold that we are currently have in the agent earning module. So, but yeah, again, these are modules that we've added. We're trying to enhance them. You will probably see a lot of changes happening in these modules in the coming weeks. So again, this is again something that we have in our pipeline already. Once that is built, it'll go live and you're able to review and work around with it. Abby, let's do this. Why don't we set up a call? You can share your details and I'll jump on a call with you and we can review all your issues that you're facing. If you're having issues with auto signing, again, I'll need to look at it in detail as to why you're having the issues. It could be some configurations that you put into place. It could also be that sometimes the agent locations cannot be fetched through certain device types. So there could be multiple reasons why auto signing would not be working for you. I'll have to review it with you and then come back to and resolve the same for you. So we can definitely schedule a call. Post this, we can, I'll send an invite out and we can schedule something. I have Yellow and Tookan both. How can we set product and service task both through Tookan? I'm so sorry, I didn't understand the question very well, but I'm assuming that you mean that you have a product and services marketplace both, and you want product and services task. So I'm assuming that you have some delivery task and some services task on Tookan that should go out on Tookan together. That's actually possible. For deliveries, we use the PND workflow. So you will have the pickup and delivery workflow, whereas for services, we have an appointment workflow. So there's a possibility that you can open Tookan dashboard in two different tabs. In one tab, you can set up your PND workflow. In the other tab, you can set up your appointment workflow. And you'll see that both the tasks will come in for both pickup and both for products and services. Rami has a question. So my questions are, if I want to divide up my agents in three categories, freelancer agents, our agents as employees for our merchants, is that possible? Yes, absolutely. So how you can work with agents is we already have a freelancer module wherein you can specify that these are your freelancer agents. Those agents, there's a difference in terms of allocation. We have an open board for jobs which can be picked up by those freelancer agents. I'll also, after this session, we'll also send across a video for you on how freelancer agents work. Your agents can be added on your dashboard as part of your teams. You can also create a new freelancer team if you want. If you want to only play around with teams, you can create a freelancer team and add all your freelancer agents within that specific team. And have different rules for that team and have a different manager for it. And on the merchant side, yes, absolutely, you can have merchants onboarded on your dashboard. These merchants can then onboard their own specific teams.
Hi,
I think
Ruby.
everyone said hi.
Let me share my screen. So sorry.
Great. Apologies for the inconvenience, everybody. I think we can start showing you how the agent earning and the pricing module works. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. So here I've got into the custom template that I created, a sample template. As you see, there's an option of task pricing and agent earning. I'll quickly go through it. I'll add a rule for both task pricing and agent earning. Let's say it's sample pricing. It's task pricing base fare. Let's say I'll keep it as 100. There's a base distance that I have to keep. Let's say it's keep at 5 kilometers. There's a distance fare, let's say, which is applicable per kilometer 10. I can also apply dynamic surge if I define for it. So we'll probably cover it in our coming videos for that. Here I can define different parameters, which are so this is basically the time taking criteria, which time is being taken, and this is the distance taking criteria. So these are options. There's a self help also there. So I don't want to go into much details on it, but we'll probably have a session on it again. Also, you can have a deduction defined. Let's say you define 80% deduction, then probably the 20% left goes to your agent. So this deduction is actually applicable to the customer since it's pricing. In the earning part, it's actually applicable to the agent. So let me quickly save it. And I'll also add a rule side by side for the earning. Base fare, let's say I'll keep this, or let's say I'll keep half of it. Base distance, I'll keep same 5. Distance fare, I probably want to give my agent, let's say 2. Rest all columns, let's just keep the same. So here I've defined my pricing and earning rule, which is attached to the sample template. Let's say what I'll do is I'll go to the dashboard. I'll click on create task. So I'll quickly add the addresses that are nearby to me so that it shows up. So probably this is the old building's address that we have, 815 pickup, add a delivery point. So this is into our new building. Let's say keep it here. And delivery we keep at 9 p.m. So now if you see, I'll attach a template, sample template. So here I can give any field value, let's say 10 I've given. So it doesn't impact much, but it can carry the data that you are sending. Once I calculate task pricing and earning, you'll see that it calculates that the distance was 4.68. It is the estimated time which the agent have to cover. And these are the details, like since our base distance was 5 kilometer, so that's why distance fare was not calculated in this one. And probably I do want to one more thing here. Hotel.
I think another thing I'd like to add is it's very, very important to understand that sometimes some of our customers, what they do is they create a task pricing, and they create an earning, but they don't put the base fare and details in the earning fields. It's very important that how we've made the system is we've kept task pricing and earning separate from each other. So if let's say you might be wanting to charge a certain rate from your consumers, but you might not be willing to pay the same rate to your agents. That's the reason why we've kept them different. If you have the same rate, you still need to fill that rate into the earning template. So if your earning is not getting calculated, the first step that you need to check is whether you've added all the fields in your base fare, your time fare, your distance and time matrix. You need to ensure that that amount is filled. Only then will the calculation of the earning work. Tookan, you can take it.
Sure. So Thank you so much. I'll just create a task here. As you see, it has been onto my agent application. If I say accept here, I think the mobile connection was poor. I just connected Wi-Fi. So once it loads up, the agent accepts the task. Now you can see that he has accepted the pickup and delivery task. If I go to the task, let's say I start them and I make them successful, both pickup and delivery tasks. Now here this is the screen that opens up. Now this distance and duration is the actual distance and duration that is traveled by agent. Since I've done it, the start and successful at the same point where I'm sitting, it's coming 0, 0. Also, the agent can see earning details by clicking here. You can see how much he has earned, total 50. Also, you can see the pricing details if that is necessary. Now, if I go to continue, now I'll start with my agent wallet part, like how will it load up into the agent wallet. Let me quickly load up my application once since I activated this feature before that. So if you see agent wallet and center both appears into my application. Now I'll take up the agent wallet part. Here you can see the wallet shows an amount 100. So that was our task pricing. And credits is shown as 50, which is particular agent's earning. So both the amounts are shown, and also you can see out for different dates. Since we have created task for today only, it's a new account. It won't show any other dates. Also, you can see transactions that have taken place through the agent wallet. So there's no transaction. The admin or the manager can also do some transactions on the agent wallet. We'll show you like how it will see on the admin side of things. So admin have simple look. The agent names were Arun and he got a credit of into wallet of 150 as agent earning part. So I can also make a new, let's say, a new performer for him from this agent wallet. And I can also probably download the transaction CSV that is there. So I have the ledger of all the details that are in the wallet. Now, quickly coming on to the agent incentive part. So here it's an agent incentive. Let me just go through the flow and then probably we will take one by one queries on this. So plan name, I'll just keep it as simple. Let's say I keep my agent's target as 5. So 5 he has to do it, and I'll define it later if he has to do it daily or monthly target. Incentive, let's say I keep it at 50. Also, after achieving the incentive, I do not want my agent or my driver to go cold. I would still want to keep more targets or more incentive based targets for him. So let's say after task 5, it appears that let's say task 8 starting and end of task 12. I'll give an incentive of let's say $18 per task, and I'll just create a plan here. So also I can add different targets. For example, let's say achieving 7 gives me incentive of 20. So here, if I give my create plan, so it will get shown up here right now. So here it is. Now I would have to assign this plan to a certain team. Right now, since there's only one team, so that is the default team, only one agent. Now here's the good part. We can select the plan duration as daily, weekly, or monthly. Uh, let's say I keep it at daily or a weekly one. Let's say a daily one. I can also select it for different days if I want a plan or not. Let's say I would want to keep it up for all days, Monday and Tuesday. Let's say I've created it. Okay, I have to select plan for every day for it.
So the aim of creating agent incentive was to gamify the working of an agent a little bit, so that you can now encourage your agents to work more. This incentive is over and above the earning that the agent gets. So this is primarily more like a bonus or an incentive that you want to pay your agents to do their job quickly and effectively. You can create as many targets that you want, You can run campaigns on it. You can create targets for days where you normally have a lot of demand and you need agents to be, very quick in the work. So you can control all of that from your dashboard. Again, this is a very new functionality. If there's any feedback, if you feel that you want to add something to our pipeline, please share your feedback and we'll definitely add those features into our pipeline. I
Um,
don't care.
Thank you, Sophie. Now I'll just showcase how agent incentive will appear on the agent application. So for that, I will have to probably make a task, and because agent has to complete a certain target again, it's around the same location I keep it. Now adding a delivery point here. Let's say I keep a delivery point that is a bit far away, 40 kilometers around. No, this one. Where it is. Delivery by. So here it's shown an error that I have to select a template, otherwise the rule won't calculate the pricing. So we'll have to make sure that we always attach the template if we want to get the rule. So here I create a task. It will show up in my agent app since I was free. So once I accept it, so it will show up in the assigned section and it will also show up in my application. And once I make the task successful for my application,
We can't see it now. Yep, we can.
yeah, I was just refreshing this one. So here, sorry. So here there's a pickup and delivery task. I'll quickly make them successful so that we can see how agent incentive will look up in the application. So this is the delivery one. We go back to the same screen. If I click on continue, now I go to the incentives part. So here in the incentive part, it's seen that I've completed 2 tasks today, and my next goal, as you can see, that I have 3 more tasks that I have to complete. After that, I'll earn an incentive of $50. So this is a daily target that I've set. Also here on the top right, it shows that how much dollars have I earned today. And in the history section, it will show up that of the transaction that are credited into your account. Also, the amount of incentive that you're making through here, it will also show up in the agent wallet once it's filled up. So it also show it will show many details to my agents, how many tasks he has to do, the relevant information, the incentives that he has to earn. Also after 8 tasks incentive, so that he doesn't lose the op. So that's much from the agent incentive part. So I've shown both the incentive part and the agent incentive part. So you can provide more and more clarity to your agents. I'll stop sharing my screen here.
Again, we've tried to give you a very basic demo of how agent incentive task pricing works. If you can share your use cases, or if you're facing any specific problems with your specific use cases, what we'll start doing is we'll also start posting videos on the same. So please share your feedback, share your use cases where you're facing specific challenges, and we'll start catering to those and start sending you content around it so that you can modify your system accordingly. We'll also have teams reach out to you and resolve the same. But this is how a basic agent task earning pricing logic works. If you're creating tasks from the dashboard, or if you're creating tasks from a booking from or a PND application, this is a standard flow. With Yellow integration, it's slightly more complex because we have a predefined pricing template, but then again we can work around it, and there are certain other configurations that we need to sort, and then it should work properly. So any issues that you're facing or any details that you want, please share your feedback along with your use case so that we can then give you content around your specific use case and it's more constructive. I think now we can take some questions. Arun? Um, there's a question from Heritage that my business case is that my merchants are agents. It's a beauty on demand service. Merchants, hairdressers are also the agents, the deliverer of service. Um, That's perfect. So the merchants that you are adding on Yellow, they also provide the service. I'm assuming that when you say beauty on demand, they go to the customer's house to provide the service. If that's the use case, then these merchants can be added as agents onto Tookan. And when a job comes in, they can then receive the job on Tookan itself and manage the job. If, however, your use case is such that these merchants don't go to the customer's home to provide the service, and they basically are more of a salon-based beauty business where the merchant has their existing setup and the customer is supposed to come to them for the session, then obviously you don't need the agent application for that because you just give the confirmation out to the customer, and they will have the details of their appointment. So you would have to add these merchants onto the Tookan dashboard as agents, just so we're clear. Arun, you want to take this one?
Sure. So basically, how distance-based delivery charges work is there's an option where we can select, do you want your task to be priced at an estimated distance between the pickup and delivery, or do you want it to be charged on the basis of, let's say, the actual
Let's
covered distance?
show that where we have that configuration so that I think everybody had that question. Somebody else also asked a similar question. So we can just show the dashboard and show exactly how you can set it up.
Sure. So I'll be sharing my screen here. So this I have to go back to the where we set up the rules for pricing and earning in the template. So let's say if I go to the earning part here, now there's a path calculation. Do you want it to be calculated by the original distance? So there's the distance that your agent is traveling from the pickup start to the end of it delivery, and this is the calculate by pickup and delivery location. So this is the distance between the exact distance between the pickup and delivery, because if you're let's say there might be some use cases here around this toggle, there might be some cases here. So it totally depends on the business that you're doing, because if you really want your agents to be, let's say, very compact and to drive to the location direct, you would want to pay them through the direct location. You don't want them to pay extra if they are traveling extra. But in some cases it might happen that your agent would have to travel extra, and it's not his wish to travel extra, but he has to. So you would want his efforts not to go into waste, and you would really want to monetize him for that.
Just a very common factor that we face with all of our customers is typically people use calculate by original distance in high dense locations. So if you're living in a metropolitan like Delhi or London, typically people would use that because distance become very important as far as the agent earning goes. Whereas when it comes to less dense locations, people prefer to pay by calculate by pickup and delivery locations. It also discourages the agents from earning by increasing the distance randomly. So it varies, like Arun was saying, from account to account, but both the options are available and they're just little toggles that you can activate or deactivate at any point.
Right. So you can quickly activate the other option as well. So I'll stop my sharing here. I hope that answers your question, Vishnu.
I think there's a question for you, Arun. Jason has it. Hi there. The earning is in agent wallet. We will have to do manual online banking to the agent, right?
So, Subi, I'll take up this question. And
Mhm.
hi, Jason. Thank you so much for notifying us. So, we do have a feature like it's available in a few selected countries. It's called Stripe Connect. Uh, Through it, which happens is whenever your agent's earnings get credited into the agent wallet, it will be credited into your agent's account as well. So it's a feature which actually is provided by Stripe, and it's working in USA and a few selected other countries. Also, we have given another option to our Indian customers where we have introduced Paytm payouts. So any agent can directly pay Paytm payouts to the agent
So, in terms of the tech part of it, it is possible for us to integrate a payment gateway with the wallet so that the money can directly go into the agent's account. But as of now, due to the limitations of some of the payment gateways, it's being provided by Stripe Connect and Paytm Payout. I think Ajal Babu has a question. How cash on delivery payment collected against an order is incorporated in the wallet? How to incorporate commission based pricing as task pricing, percentage of bill value as task price? Um, I think I answered that particular question, the second part of it, that currently commission based pricing as task price is not there. Task pricing for us, the delivery task pricing for us is calculated based on other variables, not on the amount or the value of the basket. So that capability is currently not there on Tookan. In terms of the cash on delivery payment calculated against an order is incorporated in the wallet. I think that Arun already showed, but if you want, we can quickly take you through how it looks in the wallet, but that information is already there.
Sure. Let me just show my agent screen here, and so that Ajal's doubt is clear, what I was saying here. So this is my agent wallet, as you can see. Now, this wallet term is basically the cash on delivery fees that the agent has collected, and it's by default it collects like it amounts the wallet amount into the cash part, and it doesn't take into consideration by default the online part because that's I explained that it actually goes directly to the admin or the merchant, so that the agent doesn't have a role to play in that. He just have to mention his credits.
Arjun has another question. Is it possible to configure the agent wallet and earning for a particular geofence or city in Fatawat? Arun, have we made geofence based configurations for agent wallet?
Not yet, Subi. I think it's a good feedback for us, and we would like to solution it further.
So currently, Arjun, we don't have this, but again, we'll add this to our pipeline and you should see the update coming shortly. Um, Hopefully in quarter 1, we should be able to release the same. I think we can take a last few questions, and what we'll do then is we have received a lot of questions. We will try and send out responses to the same via emails as well as chats. Wherever you've shared your use cases and the challenges you're facing, we'll try and get in touch, make some demo videos for your specific use cases and send that across to you as well. This also helps us understanding. We'll try and make these seminars more of a regular based where we can have customers come in and ask questions and we can help resolve their issues. Perfect. We can take this as a last question. How do we transfer agent earnings from the agent wallets to our agents? Hi, you. Like Arun was mentioning, currently there are two options. You can do an offline bank transfer. Then from the admin dashboard, you can reduce the agent's earnings. So once you've done the transfer, you can reset the agent wallet from the admin dashboard. Maybe Arun can quickly show you how that works. So Arun, quickly show in terms of agent wallet. Once the earnings have been transferred, how do you reset the wallet?
Let me quickly load up my screen.
The other option, while Arun loads up his screen, is that you can use Stripe Connect, which allows that the minute the earning gets accumulated in the wallet, it can automatically be transferred into the agent's Stripe account.
So, just to give you an overview on this, like it's just a game of debit and credit. So, anyhow, if you're taking money from your agent, like the money that he has collected, just introduce a debit transaction there. And if you really want to like give him some money, then you can introduce credit. So I think there was a button here, so we are not able to see it. So I'll show it on probably I'll put up a video on this and I'll show it running right through. Okay, I have it. Let me.
I
So
think sorry, Arun, carry on.
hello.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. So here I would have to select an agent, and once that agent is selected, all the transactions come here. Now
We
adding a transaction,
can't
let's
see
say
your
I have.
screen, Arun.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can't see your screen if you're showing something.
Okay, let me share it again. So I'm sharing the screen again. Probably please let me know when you can see it.
Yep, can see.
Okay, so let me go to the back again. So by default, it shows for all agents. I have to select a particular agent, in this case, Arun. Now adding a transaction here, I can add amount, let's say 150, and I can write here description that money is given to the agent. And so here, if I'm giving the money to the agent, it's probably going into his wallet, and I'm crediting the amount that I'm giving the money out to him. Once I create it, you'll see that the wallet balance will go up from this one, and so it will go 350. So here I can put easily order ID, description, and remarks so that you can know which manager, which admin, or the admin has done it. I hope that answers the question.
Great, and thank you so very much for everybody for your time. We'll try and take, I mean, there were lots more questions. What we'll do is we'll review those questions and respond back via emails and calls. We'll also, today's session, apologies for the inconvenience with the connectivity. We'll work a little bit better on that. And we'll try and make these sessions more regular. And prior to the sessions, we'll open out a question and you can share your questions and we can start showcasing responses to the same. Thank you very much for your time.